Another episode of Funky Fridays Wibu, guys. So today we have with us here a husband and wife team from Snap Balloons and Party Services. Okay, Hamid is the founder of Snap, and Liana is the director. So yeah, welcome to this episode. Before I start this podcast, actually, I was doing MCing and being a magician, so I needed gigs. So they are the ones who actually sort of introduced me to a few clients. I collaborated with them about 3-4 years ago by my colleague Johan. So then this collaboration between Snap and myself then blossomed from there. And thank you so much for being here. And maybe before we start, what we can do is probably just intro yourself. Maybe Hamid, you can start first, and then Liana.
Hi, my name is Hamid, and I'm the founder of the company. I'm also the certified balloon artist in the company. So, and this is my wife, Liana. She's the director of the company. So even though I found the company, but the company is being run by her and the team lah. So I do come in on my on my off days to assist her in any setups or any, especially during this current COVID situation, assist her in preparing any orders, all this thing lah. Because as all of us know, right now events are down to almost zero. So there's not much of those big setups which need me to rig down balloons or what, prepare a lot of balloons. But as of now, that's what we do. So you want to introduce Snap Balloon?
Yep, I'm fine. You can just, it's free flow, up to you how you're going to do it.
So Snap Balloon Private Limited, or Snap Balloon Party Services was actually founded in 2013. 2013, yes, about that 2013. So it's been quite a long journey, and also last year the company incorporated to be Snap Balloon Private Limited. So it started off with just me on the sideline doing balloon twisting, doing balloon twisting at gigs, all this thing. Then after that, that one we go part to the history. I think that one we keep to later. But I think with this Snap Balloon Private Limited, what we do is we do balloon decorations for any events, private or corporate, and also we also do gifts and hampers at this moment of time lah. So it's a new venture that we're doing, that Malena is doing with her team, where we prepare gifts, we prepare hampers for get well soon, newborn, babies, or even birthday hampers lah. Apart from that, our balloon decoration also, we specialize in two things. Of course, apart from the normal helium bouquets, all these things, right? So for us, we specialize in two things, which is personalization of balloons. So you want to personalize any message in different language. We've done in Korean, Arabic, Hindustan, Hindi, Malay, English. Heartfelt messages to the recipient. So that's one of our that is one of our specialty. And apart from that, also organic balloons. So we do a lot of organic balloons. We specialize in that. Apart from any other classic or the mainstream design lah, or what I call it lah. Yep. So that's what Snap Balloon is all about.
Okay, Liana, you are the director of the company. So, what was the main motivation that you guys started this company?
Main motivation. It is actually him. Because he started the company. It is his interest, but I see the need for him to have support in terms of the management of the business, the administration of the business, and I was confident, and I'm still confident to do that part, to do that side. And because it is, and we know that business is not, it will be a very edgy journey. It will be a very challenging journey. And yeah, I am confident that my presence will push him further. My presence will get him still stay in this track. So really, that was my only motivation. I want to see the success of this thing. I don't want it to be something that he puts in effort and then after that it just goes away. Yeah, I want it to be a success, so that it will be something that is more fruitful. Yes.
Okay. I heard about this project protege or something to that effect. I think Hamid was the one who entered that. Is it a competition that you entered?
Okay.
And how what is it all about?
Okay, so actually this is the part where I would share the history of the company. So what happens is in 2013, 2015, something like that. Protege kita. I think 2013, 2013. So what happened in 2013 was, or prior to that, I think 2011, the history behind it, 2011, she was expecting our third child. No, risky. Fourth. Sorry, we have 4 beautiful kids. Yes, so 3 handsome and 1 beautiful kid. So what happened was when she was expecting our 4th child, so we will usually bring the 3rd one into to KKH for checkups, all this thing lah. So the nurses over there would give them balloon sculptures, parrot lah, sword, flower, crown. So being kids, they would actually unravel the balloons, make it long again. Then I want my parrot back. Where's my crown? Can you please? So then she came up with this suggestion. Hey, you go and learn lah.
Simply because I didn't know.
She didn't know, and then she because every month you go there, every month it happened. So he said, hey, you go and learn lah. So at that time there was what's that? The app where you can Groupon.
Groupon.
So there was Groupon. So Groupon, then I saw that basic balloon sculpting, $6 only. Then I for 1 hour class. So I paid $6, went to an industrial area. It was funny, like I'm learning balloons in an industrial area. One of the rooms, inside the room full of boxes, and then one small table, and then there was 4 of us and the instructor. So that's where I learned my first 5 sculptures, which is dog, flower, heart, bear, and then combining heart and bear. So these are the first 5 sculptures that I learned. So so those 5, and then at the end of the lesson, I asked the instructor, so if I want to learn more, where can I learn this balloon sculpting? Then he told me, go YouTube lah. So I bought a bag of balloons, then I entertained my kids. So it was really started off with just entertaining my kids. Then after that, when you entertain kids, I think that was the start of Facebook or this thing, or Facebook was up and coming, or you have fun with your kids. It's a good memory, so you upload. So then relatives starts to, your cousin is having a birthday, you come by since you are invited. So while you are there, why don't you make some balloons for everyone? I said, okay lah. So I bring my bag, bring my palm, as in bring a bag of balloon, bring my palm, and just do that same 5 sculptures. So that's how it all started. But then after that, how it came about to be a business was when I was given this break by a friend. His name is Rosli. He in events. So he has this event for a Volkswagen company. So he was asking me, you can do balloon sculpting for my event. Let's say that he had his balloon sculptor, but he thought of, why don't you do for me lah? Then I said, but I only know 5 sculptures. It was a 2 days event. It was a carnival. Then I said, never mind, it will be a long queue. And at that time, I tell you, I was very slow at doing things. the sculpture like very slow, very intricate, keep bursting the balloon, all this thing. But then he said, never mind, you carry on only 5 days. So really, for 5 sculptures. So you just, every time people ask you, you just say, no, I can only do this 5, any of these 5. It's a long queue. So it became my dialogue now. What would you like? You can choose sword. Say, oh, I want princess. Oh, cannot because see long queue. It's a carnival. So I can only do this one. No? And to think that on the board, there was a balloon horse. I remember they put a balloon sculpting, then balloon horse. Can I do the horse? Oh, cannot. See long queue, cannot. I need other balloons. But actually, I don't need other balloons. That day, I don't know how many white lie I tell people. But it was an interesting experience because after the first day, my fingers bleed because it was an 8-hour event and I ran out of balloons. So what happened was I went on to, at that time go Bugis area, find balloons, and then carry on the second day and again by the end of second day my hand bleed again because of the friction from the balloons twisting all this thing. But what was interesting was at that time Maliana was raised in a business business family lah.
Okay.
Because her mom is a seamstress. The mom is still a seamstress or this thing. So she was raised in a business environment. Mm-hmm. At that time, I have no idea what is business all about or this thing. So I decided to, and I'm a person that my principle is if I want to do something, I must learn. Go and learn first. Don't just jump the gun or all this thing. Learn about it or this thing. So then I decided to learn. So at that time, I met this person by the name Coach Rafi Ansari. So at that time I went and I asked him what is business all about, everything. Then I saw this ad by SMCCI, which is Singapore Malay Chambers of Commerce. They had this program called Protege Kita. So it's not Project Prodigy, it's Protege Kita.
Okay.
So Protege Kita is when it is a competition actually. The problem is when I entered, I don't know it was a competition.
Okay.
It was actually a 9 months program. You get to meet with the industry punya mentors. One of our mentors was Najib Ali, Shahida Travels punya owner, Rita Zahara. So we get to milk experience from these people. Anis Muhammad. And then apart from that, we got a 3-day coaching by Coach Rafi Ansari. So we talk about business model canvas, business pitching, business idea, everything. So what happened was, interestingly, what happened was, on the first day, during lunch, Coach Rafi got very angry. Then he said this statement, none of you all in this room have a business idea that is deserve $30,000. That was the first prize.
Oh, okay.
Then I raised my hand. Sorry, Coach, what $30,000 you talking about? I'm here just to learn about business. Mine is just a hand pump and 1 bag of balloon. And then he said that, I think you need to, during lunch, you go behind, talk to the organizer. I think there's things that you need to know. That's when I found out that it's actually a business competition. So that's when I learned, I honed the business idea, everything. And Alhamdulillah, actually, the business model, the business plan that I submitted, the business pitch that I did, actually, Snap Balloon and Party Services idea was in the top 10. So actually, from all of us, there was 30 plus entrepreneurs in the room. It became to top 10. Then top 10, you actually pitch the idea to actual investors. Then they choose the top 5. So only the top 5, the 4 gets $5,000. The winner gets $30,000. And actually, it was from there where, Alhamdulillah, we were able to bring the company forward, blossom further, because that's where we meet the power couple, Hadi and Dian from Rose Valley.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the history of how Snap Balloon started.
Yes.
From unintentionally entering a competition.
Yes.
that's a good story to tell, when your kids are older and whatnot. It's a good story to tell. And one thing about balloons, I am quite fearful of balloons actually. But ever since I met you during your gigs and whatnot, and see how you do twisting and turning all those balloons, it made me sort of like overcome my fear for balloons. Like for because if for when parties happen, children's and balloons, these are two things, a terrible combination, because they can just drag the balloons, sit on them, squeeze on them. So that is one of the fear that I have. So how do you, if let's say a person who has fear for balloons, how do you have any tips to get rid of this fear, or is it painful when a balloon bursts?
Oh, okay. So I actually wrote a blog. If you sign up to our newsletter, we had a blog on this thing, overcoming your fear for balloons.
It's on website.
It's on our website also.
Okay.
So what happened is that how do you overcome your balloon? Overcome your fear of balloons, right? Psychologists lah, and this one I did a bit of research on this. The psychologists would advise you to actually keep an uninflated balloons in your bag or with you. So you need to feel the balloons, that this balloon is okay, the texture, everything. Because usually there's two reasons why someone is fearful of balloon. One, fearful of it bursting. The second one is the squeaky noise. Irritating to the ear. So that's the two reasons or main reasons why people are fearful of balloons. So one way is always to keep an uninflated balloons with you. So when they see balloons flying around them or what, and they feel uneasy, then psychologists actually, studies have shown that you take out your uninflated balloon, then you hold on to it and you feel it. So it's supposedly supposed to calm you down lah.
Okay.
But this is a standard thing that I always say when I do my balloon classes. I mean, I've invited you for a couple of times to my school programs where we have 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks of balloon decoration program, where myself and my wife, we run the program together with other organization, and we usually invite you for the magic portion to teach the magic part. So we usually, there will be students who are like what you said, they are fearful to tears, they cry.
Oh.
But I will
Really?
always say, I will say, come, you work with me, you sit beside me, I'm gonna do the twisting, you're just gonna hold the balloon. And then I always say, my disclaimer is this: at the end of your 8 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks program, there's only two things that can happen. Either your fear gets worse, or you overcome it. Yes, but Alhamdulillah, so far, all of them, or majority of them, overcome their fear. And I would gladly say most of them will end up doing better than the rest.
Okay, that's great. So maybe those of you who are really fearful of balloons, do check out Snap Balloons website. I believe Hamid has written a blog on how to overcome your fear of balloons. So maybe just surf the net, check out for Snap Balloons and party services. Then you just take a read on what Hamid has written. Hamid, you started off, or Liana, you started off from home in 2013. Then after that, you moved on to have an office space, and then now you move on again to another office space. So what is the difference like working off from home as well as having your own office space?
Definitely the bigger working space. So when we work from home, we have all our logistical needs at home, and the home doesn't become it's more than just a house. It becomes a work house where it holds the logistical needs of the company as well, and that really fills up the house. I didn't quite like it. So I was very relieved actually when we shifted out of the house. It gives a total new environment, working environment, to all of us, to me, Hamid, our working staffs also. And it also allows all of us to have a central meeting point. If it is at home, then it is only limited to me and Hamid working. Yeah, but when we have an office, it allows us to have staffs to work with us at a standard working hours. So I think that is definitely more a better working environment. And now that we have shifted somewhere to that is convenient, a place that is convenient to our house, as in this nearer to our house, that's definitely much better. Definitely fits our daily needs. Yeah, so when we shifted out of the house is a relief, frankly, and really give a total better, much better working environment.
Because I cannot imagine the whole of, let's say you're doing balloon decoration, because you have to start off somewhere, right? So you have to make a lot of balloons. So if working from your home, it will be definitely a nightmare.
Oh, we have pictures, you know. We have pictures where, especially when we started off at that time, we still were doing it at home. And then at that time, we already started doing projects with Rose Valley. So when we do projects with Rose Valley and other major projects with other trade shows, right? So we decorate up the front entrance or this thing. You're talking about easily over 1,000 plus over inflated balloons, you know, in the house, bags. So we will fill up our kids' room, we will fill up the living hall, and at least 2 rooms and the living hall will be full of balloons. So we will tell our kids, today we have balloon inflation. Whatever clothes you need, you take out first, put it at one corner because you won't be able to enter the room.
Okay.
Use the bedroom to store those balloons.
Okay.
Have worked very well in colder environments. When they are outside, they oxidize more or faster.
Okay.
So we need the bedrooms for the aircon actually to store those balloons. So because of that, either our children can't get their clothes or they can't sleep in their bedrooms and they have to sleep in the living room. It is quite a journey, I would say, for all of us. The children losing their bedrooms and us having to see the sacrifice that the children have to sacrifice away their bedrooms, you know. Yeah, so it is, of course, as a mother, it pains my heart to see them living it not in a very comfortable situation. So of course, when we shift out of the house to the office, it's a total relief. Yeah, it definitely relieves a lot of us also. The children also, yay, we're able to get back our bedrooms. You know? But, yeah.
And then
Okay.
also, we talk about,
that's nice to hear.
And we talk about logistical also. We are living on the 14th floor, our HDB block 14th floor. So imagine if you need to bring down 50, 60 over bags of balloons.
That fills up the whole lift.
That fills up the whole lift. We are not being very good neighbors at that moment of time. So we got to really plan the time properly, what time we bring down balloons or anything. Because if
the peak hour period for the lift also.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta bear that in mind.
That's very considerate of you, even though you're having a business and then you have to
it's not about considerate. It is about not to trigger any bad relationships with the.
Yes, I agree.
We're trying to maintain our business or make sure that it is still in good condition. Yeah, so we are just trying to save our business here.
Okay. Yep. You know, over the years, you have sculpted a lot of balloons and, designed balloon decorations from birthday parties to corporate events. Can you tell us what was the biggest balloon decoration or sculpture that you have done before? And maybe can you tell us which event and what it is?
I think as a team, the biggest that we have done is that we've decorated up the entrance of Suntec City, Hall 401 and 402. So we are usually given a space about I think 10 by 5 meters, 10 by 3 meters, somewhere there. 10 by 3 meters. So we will usually decorate up the room, the entrance with following the theme of the event. So I mean, we've did a full organic overlay. We've done a spaceship and aliens kind of theme. We've done a full word with the word Select Fest that covers the whole length of the 10 by 5 meter. So those are our biggest setup. That is as a team. But for me personally, I had the opportunity to be working with one of Singapore's top balloon curator and also decorator, which is Lily Tan. So usually every year, if you all remember, prior to COVID situation, usually in June, Marina Square would have this huge 1 week of balloon setup, under the sea, dinosaur lah, all these things. So there was 1 year where I participated in that, where Miss Lily Tan would actually bring in balloon decorators from around the world, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, China, Taiwan, even from UK, US, to come in and do up that whole hall. So it's like 4 full days. We start usually on Monday. Thursday will be the opening. Thursday night will be the opening ceremony. So it's 4 days of just inflating balloons, preparing it in huge. I'm talking about decorations that is at least 6 to 8 meter in height, kind of thing. So it's that's personally, that's my biggest project as a team. It will be those trade shows that we do for Rose Valley and other trade shows.
I think I would like to add.
Oh, she would like to add so.
That of all the big decorations that we've done before, there's one event that I still cannot forget. Remember about the one that we lose our logistics driver early in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
We had to rush through. We had a very big decoration that morning. We had to leave that. We had to leave for the destination by 5 a.m. But our logistics driver didn't come.
And we were searching for...
Yes, he's uncontactable as well. So it was really a frantic morning for us. It was a task that was to be done
by 7 a.m.
Yeah, by 7 a.m. And it can be done if we have a full manpower, the manpower as what we planned, within that 2 hours. So, but then our logistics driver didn't come. The extra manpower that we expected that morning didn't come. So in the end, it was just the 2 of us doing a 3-hour job over 1 hour. We were really frantically setting up all those things in the morning.
So imagine they said we need to be up by 7, right? But we only arrived at location at 6:30.
Yeah.
Oh no.
6:30.
Yes,
and there was only the 2 of us.
It got delayed. It wasn't a pleasant morning. It wasn't a pleasant situation with our client as well. But that was really a challenge for us. And since it really, we really learned our lesson from there. Since then we really arranged all our logistics arrangements. It helped us that was among the first few major projects that we had in our business. So yeah, we really learned a lot from there. Since then we make new connections and everything, so that it smoothens out a lot more of our now current workflows and systems.
But the good thing was because it was we were decorating the ferry terminal over at it was an event where we were decorating a ferry area lah. But at the end of it, after all the rush, right, when we look at the full setup, the pictures taken by client, right, was nice.
Of course.
But nobody know the back end story, how we were screamed at, how we literally, it was like worse than running 2.4. She was, running when she's not a runner herself. I was running around. We were just sweating, throwing.
Yeah, we were sweating. By the end,
drenched.
And people think, yes, drenched. And people think that, oh, it's just balloons. Why are you so drenched? Why is it so difficult? A lot of people would have that assumption. But really, when you really put your physical body into it and you do up a complete setup, decorational setup, it's very tiring, very tiring. It's as if it burns a lot of my calories and I get very hungry. It's equivalent as for women having one complete breastfeeding session. So it's something like that. But yeah, we were so drenched. We were so my hands were trembling. I'm very sure your hands were trembling as well. We were hurrying frantically that morning. Yeah, but overall it turned out very well, very as expected, as what we had planned. Surprisingly, it was just a two-man work. Yeah, but yes, that will be the most unforgettable major decoration we ever did.
Yeah, but because that's the reality of it, and what Mariana said is true lah. People will say that it's just balloon decoration. What's so tiring about it? Actually, there are a lot of twisters. So that in the industry, you are called either a balloon decorator or a balloon twister, or you are both. There are a lot of twisters out there, very creative, good balloon twisters in the market or out there in the industry that do not want to venture into balloon decoration because they will say it's tiring.
So in our case, I prefer to do decoration, while he prefers to do twisting. Yeah.
Okay, it's a
but
good
then
combination.
yeah. So that's why we still support one another. Because when he does twisting, I will be the one who looks for a better design of a certain animal or of a certain item. And while I do decorations, he will be the one who covers the technical side of the overall setup. Where to hook, how to hook, what kind of knots, that kind of thing. So yeah, in our case, that's where we can work.
Yeah, you complement each other.
Yes.
Okay, Hamid, I can't notice because inside your internet or in your portfolio, there's this word CBA. As you mentioned, is Certified Balloon Artist. What can you tell me or the audience more about this CBA? Is a title, or is it a professional accreditation, or what is that?
So it's from this guy, this fella over here. So actually, CBA stands for Certified Balloon Artist. It is a recognized certification done by professionals. So it is done by the what we call the QBN network, or Qualitex Balloon Network. So Qualitex is a brand of balloon that is one of the leading balloons in the world. It's in US, based in US. So what it does is that for CBA, it is advised for you to be at least 2 years in business before you go for this certification. So how does certification work is that you need to purchase a training kit, I would say, a training kit that will prepare you for your test. So before you take your actual practical test, you will need to take 3 theory tests, online theory tests. You need to score at least 80 marks and above. Then you qualify yourself for the practical. So for the practical, you need to then fly into the country that is organizing the test. So for me, I flew to Australia, Sydney, Australia, before I attended a 3-day balloon convention, Aussie Jam. So I did my so-called my CBA over in Sydney. So in the practical side, we need to do up 3 personal your own designs. Then you need to copy 4 designs. 2 designs. 2 designs are copied, 3 designs of your own, and then you have a Q&A session also with 3 instructors, 2 to 3 instructors, or what you call examiners lah. Because why the Q&A is because they want to make sure that the one that answers the online test are the same. So to prevent forgery lah. Actually, they ask you the same question that is online, so you able to answer what you understand. And all those 5 designs, you need to complete it within 4 hours. So there's a time limit to it, and it is not like, even though because you pay $1,000 of accreditation to get that title of CBA, but it's not like because you pay, you confirm pass. No. There was the World Balloon Convention, 50, there were a lot of people that took, there were actually 10 to 15 people who failed the exam. So if you failed, you need to go through the whole process again.
Okay.
So it is not like, it's not as, oh, because I pay, you fly into the country, confirm you sure can pass. No.
Okay.
So,
So you know, sorry, continue.
Oh, but I remember the words from her lah. At that time, she tell me like, you have only this one chance. Pay you once for you to go. Because I'm a bit old school, still old school in terms of this. Even though she runs the business and no decoration, like as she has mentioned, is what she loved, she prefer to do. In terms of gaining the knowledge and to go overseas, because most of the knowledge is acquired overseas. So I told her, never mind, I will fly, I will learn, I come back, then I teach you and the team.
He doesn't teach.
Hey,
Instead, he bought for me a very nice machine, which is a capital to the company. That is fine with me. Only that, he told me, okay, here I got a gift for you. Very nice, big gift. Okay, go and learn, then do something about it.
Yeah, I hand carry from Sydney, you know how difficult is that?
Throughout his whole session there, he kept asking me for permissions financially, whether can he buy this, can he buy that. Of course, all those contributes to the company back. But in the end, when he came home, okay, go and learn the software, learn how to make use of the hardware, then go and do something about it. Which is, yes, the machine is a very useful machine that we do now in a lot of our orders. But yeah, he didn't teach. I self-learned.
Okay. Hamid, you said that in the convention you learned a lot of stuff. For yourself as a balloon artist, can you probably calculate how many type of designs that you can do? Well, have you keep track? No. So whenever kids ask for something, you just do it.
So what I usually say to kids, or actually most of the time, the one that asking that question is the parents. I would say as long as I know what you're asking for, I can imagine the shape, there is a high possibility that I'll be able to sculpt it. But there's only two things that you need to take note lah, which is time, how long I take to complete the design. And secondly is, of course, at the end of the day, sometimes the kids still need to use a bit of imagination lah. What I mean is, if I were to do, for example, someone asked for me a transformer, Optimus Prime, I can do it. Between 5 to 8 minutes, I'll be able to produce an Optimus Prime look-alike for you.
Okay.
But then it doesn't goes into the actual detail of you buy an Optimus Prime model, die-cast model, you put at the side, balloon. It won't look even close to it lah. But you will see that features of hand, body, legs, the head, that two things that is pointing out, all these things, the colors. So
it is doable.
Yeah, it's doable.
The detailed one. That it will take more time.
Yeah.
Which is not suitable for a normal
birthday party.
Yeah, parties.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now maybe now back to Liana. You because you have been operating snap balloons, when Hamid is away. So what can you tell us more about your journey as a women entrepreneur? Is it hard? What are the sacrifice that you have to put up? I think you mentioned about the kids not having their own rooms. So is there any other, do you like after doing a decoration, then you cry one side, Is there any of such instances?
I think I start first with the challenges. The challenges that I faced back then, even until now, for some of them, is time. Firstly, when we have early morning setup for schools usually, and schools usually want it by 7 a.m. And because of that, for some decoration, we will have to do the preparation only at 4 a.m. in the morning. And 7 a.m. is the time that my children goes to school as well. 6 or 5 a.m. is the time that we as the family will wake up, for the morning as well. So especially when those kind of times where I will have to wake up or get the preparation at 4 a.m. in the morning, and then after that get all those things out at the school, and then I will have to rush back home to make sure that my children are ready. It pains also to know that they have to wake up by themselves, go and bathe, get themselves ready, get their breakfast ready by themselves, and just to make sure that, and I just need to come back, see that they are all ready for school. And this is one thing that I will never compromise, that is to send them to school or fetch them from school. And I've been committed to do that, to send and fetch. I am even willing to tell Hamid, you go deal the business, I'm going to send the children, by hook or by crook, I'm going to do that. Or you deal the business, I'm going to fetch the children. Even if I have to travel back and forth, from office to home, and then from home come back to office, I'm willing to do that. And that is what I want to do, simply because I want my children to see that although I have my things to do, they don't need to know that part of my life. I'm still there for them. I'm still there to welcome them back home. I'm still there to send them. I'm still the last person to send them off, to school. So yeah, that is the big challenge. It is very tiring for me. But I find it very fulfilling. So the sacrifices, of course, from there, those times where they have to be by themselves and get themselves ready. Even after school, where I will tell them, okay, after school, get your lunch in school, and then after that, you come back home. I will have to monitor their well-being at home when I'm not around at home, and they are by themselves. My youngest, they say, is primary one, so it is indeed a very scary thought to know that he is only primary one and he is without any adult at home. But yeah, all those are definitely under close observations. And I can only depend on my older children to make sure that they care for one another in terms of safety, in terms of emotions, in terms of the well-being, Yeah, so I think that is definitely one big challenge as a mother to the family.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, I think when your children grows up, they will see what you have been doing and sacrifice. I think they will to grow up to be a very good children. To be independent, because I can see based on your children yourself, you got 4 kids, right? So and they are trying to fend themselves alone when you are not around, and then to take care of the siblings. I think they will grow up to be one good children. Don't worry about that.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. The impact of COVID-19 definitely hit the small, medium enterprise hard. And then the restrictions to events, parties really have make it the situation even worse. Being an SME like yourself, how does it affect Snap's business model or direction moving forward? Maybe if you like, you can share with us what are some of the exciting new ideas or projects that Snap has.
Okay. Like I said previously, one of our big ticket items, or the big ticket items of the company, is events. So where we do our decorations for them, or we even have a corner where we do child minding activities for them, so that the parents can go and shop while we take care of your children, ensure their safety while they are having fun. But with the closure of major events in Singapore, we had to make sure that the company survive. So one of the things that we did was we go back to basic. So we focus on our balloon decoration. So even during the CB period, we were working from home. We were allowed to work from home. So we work from home, and we work together with those PHVs to send out orders from our home. And yeah, that's how we
focus on our online.
Yeah, and we focus a lot on our online retail. So online retail, till today, we are focusing a lot on online retail. And apart from that, also we've added in that new venture, which is gifts and hampers. So during this period also, we've able to get orders from corporate companies. So they want to get hampers out to 80 staff or insurance agents. They want to give thank you hampers. So to 30 over recipients, or on a personal basis, on a private basis, they want to send a get well soon, someone that is going through a rough patch. It was nice that we have orders from mother who, because of the son and future daughter-in-law, wedding cannot go on or get delayed. They send balloon gifts just to cheer them up with a personalized message, personalized text from the mom itself. And we find that I would say that what we were trying to do is to bridge that gap, that communication gap, that feeling from just not getting the generic get well soon, or you can do this, you are the best, to really not written, not print. Of course, it's printed on the balloon, but when you read it, you know that, oh, this is actually written by my friend. This is written by my mom. This is written by my future mother-in-law, father-in-law. So that's one of the things. And up and coming, we are going in more. We are coming out with more hampers and gifts. So do check out our website. We got more baby hampers coming up. Children hampers. Just for those who like to purchase them. And also we usually nowadays, I mean, it has been in trend. One of it is like the gender reveal. So usually gender reveal, people will use those very huge 3 feet balloon or this thing. So we've actually downsized it to make it more economical. So we also understand that maybe the spending power of some our current, due to the current situation, the spending power might be greatly affected. So we are able to maneuver our products to make sure that it is still affordable for anyone. You can still celebrate your moments, but have it at more of it is affordable, but yet the wow factor, everything is there. And to know that it's done by professionals. The team is, I'm certified, the team is trained, it's well taught, everything. So I think that is something that we are proud of, really. We are proud of that, we are able to, I think Malena would have a thing about this, which is she always say that she finds that balloon these things that she does, it's like an art, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Exactly why I am able to continue on with this industry. Personally, when I started, I didn't like balloons at all. I've never liked balloons since young. So, yeah, they are a mess, especially when you have children and children start to bring back home balloons. I find personally like then it is a total mess, and there's a lot more things that I have to clean up at home, But since I started into this, and exactly why he founded the company, it is not me. I was only running the operations. I didn't have any passion or didn't have any liking for it at all. But since this company was founded, and I start to see the beauty in the balloon art, and I am a deep art lover for decoration or performing arts. So yes, I can appreciate these kind of things, and exactly why also I would prefer to do balloon decoration instead of balloon twisting. So yes, it is something that we are proud of to have achieved this far in terms of decorations for events, and also the online retail that we have created, that we have bloomed also in terms of the variety of products that we have come up. There are a lot more also that will be coming up because of the COVID, because of this whole thing. There's a lot of restrictions also that we are getting. So yes, we are definitely coming up with new products. We are planning for new projects also. Yes, that is something that we are continuously trying to give more new services as well.
Okay. You have made it thus far since 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So, those sweat and tears, those hustling. So what does success looks to you?
I think that one for me is, I think success. Personally, I think the big why for me is our 4 children. For me lah, especially it's my four children. So I think one of the things that I shared with Malena when why I decided to started this idea of Snap Balloon was that I would want to ensure that any of my kids, if they were to say that they want to further their studies or what, that I wouldn't say no to them. But so in other words, I want to say that I would want to be in a financial position where I'm able to tell my kids that you want to go further your studies locally or overseas, go. I don't want them to be. It's a childhood thing, growing up thing, and that how you were able, if you have the ability to venture out, not say venture out, go and further your studies, hone more skill, get some papers, but due to financial reasons you're not able to. That is something that to me I wouldn't want to say to my children. So that to me is my success. It's not about how big the company grow. It's not about whether we end up with, of course, any company would dream big. We dream to have our own amusement play area, with places where people can come and celebrate their birthdays, a storefront where people can get balloons, everything. But that would not measure up to what I would deem as success to me. To me, it's my 4 children. Having to ensure that they are able to get the education the education they want, without me saying no because I can't afford it.
Okay. So Liana, what about you?
This is a very challenging question actually.
As long as I'm happy, she's happy.
That is success.
Yeah, man. I think because I'm not a very high. What's that word? How would you describe it?
Dreamer.
Yeah, correct. I'm not a very high dreamer. What's more important to me? He's a dreamer here in our partner. I'm the one who set the foot down. So as long as this, to me, in terms of the business, as long as the business is growing healthily, I would say, that is important to me, because that is where all the small wins, and we need to celebrate those small wins. That is definitely contributing factors to the overall success. It is a climb, right? So yeah, it is definitely something that we have to go through the journey. So yeah, it is about the system, the whole structure. That is when all those is I wouldn't say complete, but when the structure is firm, when the system is proper, and the team is able to support one another, definitely I would say we have achieved a level of success. And we have to always keep on progressing, Yeah, so I think that is definitely, I would measure success in that manner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is a mandatory question for every guest on Funky Fridays with Bo. So what do you do always on a Friday night besides doing balloons?
Okay, for me, every Friday night, I'll bring my 3 boys go for silat training.
Okay.
Yeah, so we will. That's their favorite. Not their favorite. That is an activity that we do on every Friday. We will skate scoot from our home to Bukit Panjang CC. Then we will attend our silat training under Seligi Tunggal Angkatan Singapura. Seligi Tunggal Angkatan, and we will do our training over there. Lena will usually stay at home or she'll be in the office doing all her paperwork.
I prefer to stay at home actually.
Yeah.
I would try my best to stay at home. And if I'm at home, I would prefer to just have a quiet TV moment and nobody disturb. I get to choose what's on the TV. If anybody were to stay at home just because you don't want to do whatever activity the dad has arranged, then very well, go ahead, stay at home. But I get to choose what's on the TV. And if I feel like watching a good 2-hour movie, you will watch, you know. Of course, it will be friendly. But yeah, I just want to have my own quiet time. Even if the dad wants to stay at home, the whole family wants to stay at home, it is my time for me to choose what's on the TV. So yes, that's what I want.
Yeah, then usually after that we will come back. She will prepare a late supper,
Yeah.
something easy, fries and nuggets or popcorn chicken, and then or once in a while we go to fast food restaurants nearby that are still open after training to just enjoy some laughter with the kids. The mom listening to the two young ones sharing about what they did during training lah, all these things.
Yeah, I think kids usually does that. Even for my son, every time after his soccer training, he will just come back and tell the mom about how his training goes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. This is one. Any word of advice for let's say future entrepreneurs that like want to try or dabble into balloons or any other products. What should they look out for, or is for
I think
them?
for me it will be go and learn. Go and get hold of. Go and find out how to run a business, what business is all about, because it's not really just about finding products, putting up on a website and just expecting people to come. Because if you do so, you start to burn your pockets or this thing. People lose a lot of money by just jumping the gun. And also be careful, be wary of where or who you get your advice from. That's one. And if you are planning to do a husband and wife partnership, be prepared mentally, emotionally, because it's not easy. It's not rosy. It's gonna challenge you greatly. That's why if you ask a lot of business coaches out there, mentors, they will tell you, don't do business with your wife, or the wife don't do business with your husband. But there are great business out there that still thrive with a husband and wife partnership. Can be done, but you need to be strong emotionally and mentally. Yeah.
Strong emotionally and mentally, that is important. There are many times where both of us work together, and I think he will agree that there are times where I cry, at the end of the whole setup, because I would have disagreements with the way we work, So, but it is important that those matters have to be addressed, those disagreements have to be addressed. But it can be quite challenging when, especially you are the wife and you are trying to correct your partner, or vice versa. So to a certain extent, it can, for me, of course, whenever those times that I cry, it is a challenging part for me, because I need to find the right words so that it doesn't hurt him personally. Sometimes this kind of things, we might take things personally, and therefore it will affect our domestic relationship. So yes, I think that is definitely one thing that we will have to be ready if it is husband and wife. Other than that, if anybody who is going for a business, I would say find a good support system. I believe a lot of entrepreneurs will agree with me that running your own business can be quite a lonely journey, especially when people do not understand which stage of your business are you at. We are always climbing that business mountain, and you are trying to always develop your service or develop a part of your operating system or develop something in the business. So it is definitely something that a lot of people cannot understand. People always see us, oh, you're always on the phone, you're always busy, you always come back home at night, you always go and meet these people, you meet that people, always out for meetings. But they do not understand that really it is not that straightforward, not like when we go to jobs where we start at 9 a.m. and we finish at 5 p.m. It doesn't straightforward. It is not as straightforward as that. So yeah, having a support system will definitely help for us to go through, and that support system can even help you find the right person, or guide you to the person that can help you in your finance, or the person that can guide you in your emotional well-being, the person that can guide you in your logistical business needs. Having that support system is definitely a need. Apart from gaining knowledge, like what he said, and finding the correct advice.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what both of you have said, especially on a relationship basis, because as a husband and wife, there tends to be arguments and whatnot, and then bringing back what you are doing at work and then back home. So I feel for both of you. Yes. Okay. This one is the last question, and usually I will dedicate this to my guests to promote their products or services. So maybe you want to say something to the listeners out there?
I think for everyone that is listening, thank you so much for listening to what we have shared on our experience and our journey. If you like to purchase any balloons, decoration, balloon gifts, or hampers, do check out our website, www.snapballoon.com. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram at snapballoon. And some of the things that you can look out for in the near future, we have actually just completed a balloon storytelling 6 episode that was together with this company called Pustaka Nasional. That is done actually in Malay. It will be put up on their YouTube channel. So you can, I think from end of this month, most probably, the first episode will be up. So it is one of the things that we do, especially since CB, which is we do balloon storytelling using balloons as puppets. Balloon sculptures as puppets to tell a story. Books that were written by local publishers, local writers. So there is a 6th episode, and then upcoming there is also in Malay. We are involved in this Pesta Buku, an event that is done by Pustaka Nasional, supported by Sing League. It's also one day event or 2 days event, where one of the portion is by us, where it's also a balloon storytelling, and at the end of the balloon storytelling, there is you'll be able to, where I will teach you how to sculpt a balloon. So you can go to our website. We are also planning, you can buy the book and also get some balloons and a hand pump. So when I teach online how to sculpt the balloons, you can follow. Other than that, also look out. We are planning to do IG live sessions where we actually share more of our products, what we're good at, how we give you some tips, some advice, and also for you to see what we do behind the scenes, especially when it comes to choosing the right decoration for events, for your private events, all these things. Yep. So yes, once again, thank you so much.
Okay.
Mr.
Yes. Okay, guys. Please do like and follow and spread the word about Snap Balloons and Party Services, because you remember, we as Singaporean, we can do our part in uplifting and supporting our local businesses. They need your support. Let's do it today. Support your local businesses, and some of the ways which is easy for you to do is to write good review, positive review about them. Every little review counts. We really need to spread the word. If you are in your family group chat or what, start sending them. You can follow them, like and share in their social media circle. So engage them in their posts. Yep, and I can also shamelessly say, do like and share my podcast links as well. Go on to the Apple Podcast and give a 5-star review or write a review. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Hamid and Liana, for your time today. Appreciate what you have done and what you have shared on your journey, your passion, as well as your, the combo of relationship between yourself and your wife as a
Thank you
business
to you.
partner.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for all the listeners out there. Stay safe, stay well, keep sane. Have a good day. Thank you, Hamid and Liana. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.